Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now, the Nigeria Labour Congress has grounded activities at the National Secretariat of the Labour Party, demanding the immediate removal of the party's national chairman, Julius Abure, over what they described as contempt for the leadership of the Labour Union, which is a trustee of the party. Protesting at the Labour Party National Secretariat in Abuja, the NLC accused Abure of plotting to hold a national convention on March 27 in alleged contravention of the party's constitution. They insist that the Labour Party belongs to the Nigeria Labour Congress and that they are on a mission to take it back. The Ajero-led NLC, which had last year passed a vote of confidence on the same Abure, now describes him as a political coup plotter who became a chairman illegally and wants him removed. The party chairman was not available at the Secretariat and is yet to address the accusations laid against him.
The owners of the party, the people who founded this party, registered this party, have come here today to say we are taking back our party. Okay? The person who parades himself as the chairman of the party, Julius Abure, has ceased to be chairperson of this party. There is nothing. In fact, let me tell you, he has been an impostor. His time has been up. He's broken every rule. Moral code, legal code, political code, no, whatever it is, his time is up.
Labour Party belongs to Nigeria Labour Congress. Now, we are saying that this is injury time. Abure has been rubbing salt into injury. So what we are doing today is what the owner of the party is doing. We are saying, leave our party for us. By fire, by force.
We want a party where the common man can contest. Yes. We want a party where the common man has a voice. We want a party where the workers have voice, where the workers will be part of the policy making, where the workers will determine how the wealth they create should be appropriated. We have come to take over our party.
Meanwhile, the leadership of the Labour Party has described the break-in and forceful entry into its national secretariat by the Nigeria Labour Congress as being a criminal act. The party in a statement rejects the claims that the Nigeria Labour Congress owns the Labour Party while accusing the present NLC leadership of being political. Part of the statement reads, "We are reviewing today's criminal actions and disruption of activities in our national headquarters with our legal department for further actions. What we saw today appears to be a personal vendetta against the national chairman, Julius Abure, who they called several unprintable names, including labeling him a thief. We are certainly going to take legal action on matters of libel." End of quote. Well, for more on all of this drama, I'm now being joined in the studio by the acting national chairman of the NLC Political Commission, Theophilus Ndubuaku, and also joining us from Asaba, Delta State, is the deputy national chairman of the Labour Party, Dr. Olorunfemi. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. And now I'll begin with you, Ndubuaku. Who actually owns Labour Party?
Well, I think, let me make it clear, first of all. Thank you for having me, Sambo. Let me make it clear. We are not really interested in this media war with the Abure, definitely. I mean, anyone should expect that an organization like NLC we have things we are doing that are more important than, this back and forth, right? But the truth about it is, and you can verify, in 2018, there was a court judgment by Justice Kolawole that stated clearly that Labour Party belongs to NLC. Labour Party, NLC registered Labour Party in 2003. Okay, now, if they say Labour Party does not own, so I mean, the NLC does not own Labour Party, how come that statutorily, NLC is supposed to have statutorily representatives in the NEC, in the BOT, in the NWC. Is there any other party in this country that has that kind of arrangement in this constitution? No. And so, are they now arguing? You see, the problem is that they are used to, flouting, disregarding court orders, disregarding agreements. And, so it's a simple thing. That's why I'm telling you that, we are not interested in this media war, lying when the facts are there. So that answers your question.
All right, and I'll go to Dr. Olorunfemi. Talk to us about the ownership of Labour Party. You would have heard from my guest here in the studio, the NLC Political Commission, saying that actually the Labour Party's ownership lies in the hands of the NLC.
That's not true.
So go ahead.
The Labour Party belongs to Nigerian workers, not NLC. And the earlier we understood this, the better. We have TUC, we have NLC, we even have professional bodies. We have informal sector of the economy, people who are not unionized at all. They are all owners of Labour Party. And so for NLC to want to lay so claim to the ownership of Labour Party is absurd. As, having said that, I will also want to draw the attention of Nigerians to the constitution of the Labour Party. NLC has representative in the NWC, the BOT, okay, and TUC also has representative, both in the NWC, the NEC, and of course the BOT. So NLC cannot be laying so claim to the ownership of Labour Party. It is truly owned by Nigerian workers. And even at that, the any worker in Nigeria who wants to be a member of this party must be duly registered. You cannot say you own a political party and you sit in Abuja and continue to claim ownership. It doesn't work that way. This is a political organization. And politics is local. In my own village, everybody knows me as a member of Labour Party. Up to my ward and unit level where I vote, everybody knows that I'm a member of Labour Party. Okay? Most of these people that you are seeing talking, they don't even know them in their state as members of Labour Party. You don't sit in Abuja and say you are a member of Labour Party and you are dragging power. Of course, if you want to, the Labour Party is open to anybody who wants to occupy any position, but you have to follow the due process. You have to start. You have to be known in your ward. You have to register in your ward. Your record must be shown at your ward level, at the ward level, that you are truly a member of Labour Party through registration and participation. Not that you sit down in Abuja and say you are a member of Labour Party and therefore you are the owner of Labour Party. It doesn't work that way. And for what happened today, it's a great disappointment that the Labour Center of the status of NLC will descend so low as to abandoning its own mandatory role, its own responsibility of fighting for workers, and go into picketing of a labor organization, of a Labour Party, a political organization. What does political organization has to do with picketing? It has nothing to do with picketing. They are not keeping your members. It's not an employer of labor. And so, by virtue of that alone, they have goofed under the law. The NLC goofed this money under the law by picketing a political party organization.
All right, yeah, just before you react, Ndubuaku, I want to ask you, Dr. Olorunfemi, if the Labour Party has agreed through your statement earlier that the NLC is just a part of it, just like you have the TUC and other labor unions, then how come the NLC is complaining that you're holding a national convention on March 27, and the NLC, being one of the stakeholders, is yet to be fully informed, which has got leaders of the NLC angry?
That is mischief, and that is lie-telling. To say that they are not aware of a convention coming is absurd, and it's an unfortunate statement. The tenure of this NWC lapsed in April last year, And the NLC TUC were there here in Asaba, where the NEC held a meeting and agreed to extend it by 1 year. And of course, the NLC that is saying it's not aware that we are due for convention have written several letters to INEC, drawing the attention of the NWC to the fact that convention has to be convened. And the constitution of the party is very clear about who convene, who fix meeting, who fix date and venue for convention to hold. And that is the sole responsibility of the national chairman and the national secretary. And they have since performed this responsibility. So what are they talking about? They perform their own responsibility in line with the constitution by telling the INEC, by informing the INEC of the fact that a convention will hold on so date, which is their duty. It's not the duty of NLC to do that. It's not the duty of or even TUC to do that. It is the duty of the party, you know, in line with the constitution, the national chairman and the secretary to convey to convey meetings, including the national convention. So
all right.
What they are doing, I think, is an exercise in futility. They are just playing around.
All right. So how do you react to it, Ndubuaku?
Well,
I mean, it says it's an exercise in futility.
Yeah. Now let me make it very clear. Dr. Olorunfemi that is speaking represents TUC in Labour Party, statutorily. Now, why TUC is involved here is because, you know, by the time the Labour Party was registered, TUC was not in existence. Yeah. All right. So
the NLC was the only Labour center then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very clear, even from what he's saying, that he agrees that this party was registered by NLC for workers. But the truth, he has even admitted that this party was registered or owned by, and he's not even debunking the fact that there's a judgment to that effect. And so you can see how people, I will not say he's lying, but you see how they twist facts. Now, coming to the issue of whether we were informed, you can't believe it, that Abure was at the NLC headquarters a day before we saw the notice of convention. We saw it in the media. He was with the president of NLC in his office, and I was present. And he was trying to defend himself over the allegation of fraud by the treasurer. And the president told him, the issue is, we never even were not anticipating that he will call. I mean, it was a shocker that the next day we were called and told, have you seen the notice? Short notice, 2 weeks notice, for a convention that requires what congresses, local government, states, before you get to national convention. None of those things. Now he's talking about stakeholders that we are, if we say we are not informed, we are telling lies. I mean, you could see how he's using the word lies. Now, it is not even about NLC. I can tell you, and you can verify. The man who is talking knows. I don't know whether he knows he's on, facing the world. I mean, this is live coverage. Verify. The National Assembly Caucus of NLC.
Is it of NLC or Labour
Party?
Party?
Labour Party.
Yeah.
Wrote to Abure. I said, and in fact, they use the word respectively. You can imagine the caucus telling Abure, we respectively request for the postponement of the convention so that some things can be done. Yeah,
especially by Alpha Mogene, who is the Labour Party chairman.
And you know their reply? They told him that they don't know the constitution, that they will discipline them. They were talking to the only few people they had in the National Assembly. That's Labour Party for you. I can assure you, and you can verify, that Peter Obi told them to postpone this convention.
Oh, the presidential candidate of the party told them to postpone
I can tell you that.
Haven't done. Okay.
It told them to consult effectively.
Okay.
That is, even as we talk, the only governor of Labour Party Governor T, ask them, is he in agreement with them that they should disregard consultation of NLC, disregard consultation of caucus, disregard consultation of the party leader, and go ahead with a convention? Who are you inviting to that convention? Now, he's talking about registration, and we're not talking about registration. Yeah. Because it's not everybody, you remember, that is a member of NLC or TUC that belongs to Labour Party. So if you're talking about, let him show us, or what is he even saying? Is he saying that we don't have, people are not registered? Because I will show you, I mean, you can verify that after Kolawole's judgment in 2018, 2019, they held a convention in Akwanga where Abure was elected as secretary. In 2020, Salam died.
Yeah, that's the former national chairman.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2022, because all the things that Justice Kolawole told them to do, as far as bringing in the NLC, statutory, they didn't do.
Well, the question here is that why did NLC, embrace Gestapo tactics in trying to assert itself? Yeah, I mean, he has said that you're part of it, but how could the NLC lead workers to the National Secretariat and break into the headquarters?
Sambo, you know that protest is legal. Picketing is legal.
Yeah,
you are talking about
on labor issues.
Yeah,
no, but this is a political matter,
yes,
not
but
a labor issue.
the truth about it is that the NLC is the workers' party. If, for instance, somebody is doing the wrong thing,
you mean the Labour Party, actually?
Yeah, yes, the Labour Party. If somebody is disobeying court order, are you getting it? Disregarding, rubbishing the court. NLC as an organization can decide and say, no, we don't want this insult on the psyche of the nation. And we can, even individuals can go and picket somebody who is messing up, rubbishing the system.
All right, well, you not only, moved into that place,
and then
you accused the national chairman, Julius Abure, of being a thief. I mean, using some
it's not an accusation.
That's what we heard, actually.
It's not a question of accusation. Go and verify. There have been criminal investigations and indictments by police for criminal conspiracy, forgery, perjury. Now, okay, you also heard that the treasurer said for 8 months, she has not seen any alerts. She has not signed any check in a party that ran election. And then, these are allegations. And then, you remember the party leader, Peter Obi, said, we are going to set up a forensic. Have we done that? Have you seen forensic audit? Have you seen any of the reports from that forensic audit?
All right, I'll just ask you to just hold on, match the break there, because, it's time for us to verify. That's what is known with Labour Party. So let's verify from Dr. Ayo Olorunfemi, indeed, if the Labour Party is not in Labour at the moment. And, of course, some of the issues that have been raised here. Do you think that there's a personal reason why Joe Ajero is leading this group of workers to actually storm the Labour Party National Secretariat?
I think I will tell you that Comrade Joe Ajero has been misadvised by Prof beside you there and few others in NLC. They have given him wrong information. We held meeting, joint political commission meeting, where these issues were trashed out, and the substantive chairman of NLC political commission confirmed that the meeting was an eye-opener, because a lot of wrong information, lies have been put together, which we cleared as people with information. At our level, we should not be basing our judgment on allegations, or anybody can write against Prof there and say he's a thief and send it to the police. It is the duty of police to investigate, and if the person is found culpable, they do the next thing by prosecuting him. Has anybody prosecuted Abure? Has he been charged to? Has he been charged to court? Has he been proven guilty? has been sentenced for committing any of these crimes. You know, people just take advantage of, you know, the position they have to give people wrong information, and of course, because of their selfish interest, they want to call the dog a bad name in order to hang it. But in this case, it won't work. We are in the 21st century where we can verify our information very, very clearly. You know, is it Abure or the NWC member that never belonged to any of the campaign organization during the campaign exercise that will be embezzling campaign money? I'm sitting down here. I am not a member. I was never a member of the campaign organization, apart from being a member of advisory council, presidential advisory council, that only sit down to advise the presidential candidate on what to do and here and there. You know, we were not directly involved in the campaign activities. Not talk of funding. I mean, spending money. I don't know where they got all this money from that they're talking about. You know, the fact remains that is the reason the country is not growing. We are not sincere to ourselves, and we allow our selfish interest to becloud our listening. And that is why we need to work very hard as a political party, and that is what we are doing, to build citizens, not idiots, not tribesmen. We need to build citizens.
That's actually not a word that you use on TV, Dr. Olorunfemi.
Okay, you can
actually,
see
because maybe reduce tempers at the moment and not heighten it.
No. When I say idiot,
well, that's
please get it right.
Language for you to use too.
Wait. It's a scientific word.
Yeah, but I would actually like you to apologize to my viewers, because we may have young people actually watching this program at the moment. So using that word will actually...
Viewers, I'm not referring to any individual as an idiot, but as a common language, even in America, within the American military system, management system, you know, to describe people who sees themselves above every other thing, who sees themselves as superior, who they see themselves as they engage selfish interest in whatever thing they do. That is what idiot means in the military. I mean, in the United States military setting, when you are describing the VUCA, you know, the nature of the world now, complexity, you know, of the administration of the entire world, global complexity acronym, VUCA, and in describing it, you divide it into idiots, the tribesmen, and citizens. So what we are clamoring for and what we are fighting for is for us to have citizens in Nigeria, not tribesmen. So I am not using the word idiot to derogate any individual, but rather using it to describe, you know, how we should manage ourselves in the country in terms of how we position our facts, how we marshal our argument, and how we defend our interest, considering the fact that the country or the institution we represent is superior.
Just before I bring in Prof, Dr. Olorunfemi, the NLC is asking Julius Abure to go right now, saying that, look, there are too many accusations. He has fractionized the party. There are lots of things that are happening that a lot of people are unhappy about. He himself was arrested by the police, but he was later on, released and all of that. What would you do about this NLC demand? Because they said they are not giving up.
We will not allow the chairman who brought the party to the level it is now to resign. That would be evil. That would be wicked. That would be ungrateful. We will not do that. Recall that Labour Party has been in existence for a very long time, since 2002. And the progenitor, one of the progenitors of the Labour Party, Adams Oshomole, never contested under this platform, but is in APC today. Okay? Olusegun Memiko, who was never a member, never a Labour person, contested under this platform. He won election twice, and he was driven out. At the time that the party would have been gaining momentum, they frustrated him out of the party. Now the party is up and running again. We have a governorship candidate. We have a presidential candidate. Presidential candidate that has the capacity of winning the election. Presidential election in 2027. He actually won the 2023 election. saved for the society that we belong to, the corruption in the land. He won the 2023 election, but we are sure that 2027 we are going to win that election. All that is going on is an effort from some of the established structure in ensuring that the party is in disarray. But we are determined to make sure that the party is together.
All right.
We are united more than ever. More people are joining us. More labor leaders are joining. You know.
All right.
And we will ensure that
I'll ask you to hold on there because yes. Prof is laughing here because you actually say that it looks like the NLC is working for a third party in this instance. So, Prof, how do you react to that?
Well, let me even say, Sambo, you can see how much time we have used to define idiots. I mean, you know, you can imagine.
Well, I actually don't want to hear that word on set, but it just keeps repeating itself.
And then you can see, you ask him a question, you know, to justify that, you know, that we don't have members in the Labour Party. He didn't dwell on that. Now, the question here is this. If you have become a bull in a china shop, you know that somebody, you know about the obedient movement. They have leaders. Let him tell us who among the obedience, their leadership, real leadership that you yourself know, is party to what they are doing. Does it mean that they want to exclude the obedience? They want to exclude NLC? They want to exclude the caucus? They want to exclude the leader, party leader? They want to exclude the only governor? I mean, Sambo, can you be seeing that something is wrong here?
Yeah, but if there was a convention that was supposed to have held last year and it was shifted by a year, and it's time for a convention to elect a new national chairman, new leaders of the party, new national working committee, why is the NLC now against this process? Because naturally, Julius Sabure can go, or maybe he may be returned elected.
Nobody is really opposed to convention. What we are saying is that there are certain procedures for convention. You don't have what congresses. You don't have local government congresses. You don't have state congresses.
Well, in reply to that, the NWC of the party said that they are at liberty to follow the Labour Party's constitution, which is different from that of the APC and PDP. Okay. So they can start with the national convention first.
Oh, how and then elect national officers before going down to. So who will be the delegates? From where would they draw delegates? So what they want to do is to just handpick some people, because there's no convention, no election. And you know that we are dealing with an organized labor, that we are sticklers for democratic processes.
Of course. That's why you have a political commission, actually.
And then you now tell us that you will just pick a handful of people. You don't even invite us. I can tell you, Sambo, you will not believe it. We were not invited. Now, let me also tell you, in the agreement, settlement initiated by INEC, it was agreed that a Ejiofor, who is from NLC, will be BOT chairman. Okay. And there were other people from NLC and TUC who are supposed to be in BOT. I can tell you, since the 2022, they were not inaugurated. There's no BOT in place. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so we're talking about, you don't have a BOT in place, you are going for convention. You don't have NWC, the members of the NWC, you have sacked a good number of them. Most of these people, even this guy that is all over the place insulting people, using all sorts of gutter language, you know, the so-called publicity secretary. Nobody knows Ifo, Obiora Ifo. Okay. Nobody knows where he came from. When was he appointed? You know, and so if you listen to him, you can see that there is a plan either to destroy Labour Party, because if Justice Kolawole said an all-inclusive convention, and then after that, INEC came again, and you sign an agreement for an all-inclusive convention, and you are giving names, nominations of people who should be BOT chairman and members, NWC members, and then you are told that you have a time frame
All right, and that didn't happen.
And that didn't happen.
All
so
right,
we're not interested in the issue of we're not a convention. The structure, the process. That's what you're asking for.
Before I let you go, as we try to round off this conversation now, how come the NLC, led by Joe Ajaero, passed a vote of confidence on Julius Abure last year, and then it's coming just a year after to say that this same Julius Abure needs to be sacked from office? Yes, I mean, it's confusing. Yes. Does Joe Ajaero have a personal interest?
No, let me tell you, Sambo. By the time vote of confidence was passed, it was expected that Julius Abure would do the things that he agreed to do.
Okay.
Yeah, are you getting it? He had 1 year. Are you getting it? And that expired in June 2023.
Oh, the 1 year expired in June 2023.
To do those things, let me tell you, part of the thing was to organize and enlist 10 million members to inaugurate the BOT, chaired by Joffo, to now organize an all-inclusive convention.
All right.
All these things were not done, and by the time we were approaching June 2023, we wrote to him and wrote to INEC. Right. So you can see we followed all due process.
Yeah, we don't have enough time to actually discuss more. It's an ongoing conversation. We'll always have you. But very quickly, before I let you all go, let me just ask Dr. Ayo Olorunfemi, what's the way next? I mean, how would Julius Abure handle all these issues now? Because the calls for his sack remains very vehement.
Yeah, first and foremost, the NLC has its own statutory position in the NWC, just as the TUC. For the BOT that he's talking about, part of the names submitted by NLC, one of the names, I think I should be able to say it here, is Comrade Isa Aremu. Can Isa Aremu be BOT member of Labour Party when he's actually in APC? Just like I said before, the former political commission chairman of TUC is still an APC member. So when you gather this type of names and push it to Labour Party and say these are your BOT members, how funny could that be?
All right.
For us,
when the agreement was reached, this Aremu was not an APC member, you remember, and are you saying he cannot be replaced? Are you saying that this is an excuse for not having a BOT?
When you are bringing the name last year, as at the time
this is looking so.
As at the time you are bringing the name last year, as at the time you are bringing the name last year, Isa Aremu has been.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough time, but just very quickly in 30 seconds, just react to that, Dr. Olorunfemi.
Isa Aremu has been the DG of Michael Modu for the past 3 years. So it's not a case of 1 year.
All right, gentlemen, I'm very sure this conversation will continue.
I want you to confirm this. I mean, because verify.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Labour Party, you keep saying that we should verify. We'll continue to verify right here at Arise News, and that's why we provide a platform for all of you to come here and actually express yourself. And of course, we'll continue to look for solutions to all the teething problems facing our polity. But we must thank you so much, Dr. Ayo Olorunfemi, joined us from Asaba, the Delta State capital, where Atlanta, the National Working Committee of the Labour Party is having some meetings there. We must thank you so much for joining us. And then, of course, Professor Theophilus Ndubuaku, who is the acting national chairman of the NLC Political Commission. We must thank you so much. And we ask that you take it easy, take some water while you continue to have these conversations. But gentlemen, we must...